interpreted only or even predominantly as delighting in the death of their enemies. I think Dr. Cordia Young, professor of Old Testament at Duke Divinity School, frames this quite helpfully when she says of this text, "I will not justify or mitigate the violence of Pharaoh's destruction or of the deaths of his soldiers and horses. I do not wish to defend or explain the hardening of Pharaoh's heart that led him to choose pursuit. This part of the story is hard to hear. But it foregrounds the consequence of Pharaoh's grasping," she says. "It shows the end result of an economy built on forced labor, exploitation, and domination. In refusing to let God's people go, Pharaoh leads his own people to their grave. The gaze of God undoes his vision of mastery. The waters of new creation dismantle his chariots and drown the machinery of war and abduction." The songs of both Miriam and Moses come out of a prolonged experience of oppression. The Israelites who are escaping enslavement together have known nothing but hard labor and exploitation the whole of their lives. The songs of Moses and Miriam are, at least in part, praise for liberation from this long-term oppression and mistreatment. Miriam's song and dance is an embodiment of praising God for liberation. Now, this is the same Miriam we heard about last Sunday. She was the one who watched her mother from a distance across the river as her mother placed yet to be named baby Moses into a basket by the Nile. In last week's reading, if you recall, we remembered that around the time of Moses' birth, Pharaoh had ordered that all the Hebrew boys be thrown into the Nile as soon as they were born. We remember the midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, and their refusal to follow Pharaoh's orders, despite the potential risk to their own lives. We heard in last week's narrative that Miriam's mother did not listen to this order either, and she quietly raised Moses for 3 months until she couldn't hide it any longer. And then Miriam watched her mother hide young Moses in some grasses on that dry river bed. And Miriam also spotted Pharaoh's daughter as Pharaoh's daughter noticed the basket with her little brother nestled inside. Miriam bravely approached Pharaoh's daughter then and offered to find a Hebrew nurse for the child. And when she compassionately accepted this proposal, Miriam shrewdly suggested her own mother to be Moses' nurse. It was her bravery that allowed Moses' own biological mother to nurse him and raise him during those early months, perhaps even for a few early years. And it was through Miriam's courage that Moses' future was secured. Yet, her wisdom and leadership did not end with that narrative. By the time of the Exodus in our passage today, Miriam is identified as a prophetess. It seems fitting that we see her leadership sort of bookended in this way on either side of the Exodus narrative. We see her courage expressed from that early age, and we see her become a prophetess and leader. The Oxford Annotated Bible points out, too, that as women were the first to resist Pharaoh and save Moses' life, it is especially fitting that women would also get the last word in the story of liberation. And so it is that we see Miriam dancing, leading the rest of the women to join in, together praising God with song and tambourines and dancing. Without living in Miriam's shoes, it is impossible really for us to fully understand all of the emotions that must have been churning through her at this moment of liberation. And yet, in Miriam's song, she essentially answers a simple question that has no simple answer. Who is God? Who is God? Miriam embodies praise after years of living through injustice after injustice, her people trampled on and were harshly living in unrelenting servitude. And now she is free for the first moment in her life. free to sing and dance and give praise to the God who she understands to be the one who triumphs gloriously. What does that mean for us, I wonder? How has God triumphed gloriously in our lives or in the world around us? Or where can we see hope springing up when it didn't seem possible before? Where is God at work toward eventual triumph, even in the face of injustice today? Now, I don't know about you, but there is a very clear answer for me today after the events that transpired yesterday in Charlottesville. This was absolutely nothing new in the history of this land. And yet I saw God triumphing gloriously in those peacefully walking arm in arm, following behind a sea of clergy from across this land, many of whom you all probably know by name. Together showing up as a visible reminder that our God is a God of liberation and of love. This evening I continue to envision God triumphing gloriously over the sin of racism one day, recognizing that for this to happen, sisters and brothers, we have so much work yet to do in this society, in our churches, and within ourselves. And I hope, and I pray that we find ourselves unsettled enough today to continue with or to begin the daily task of repentance and working to build out God's kingdom in which justice will roll down like waters, and righteousness will one day pour upon us all like an ever-flowing stream. Today we remember that Miriam's dance is in part about resolution of a long-standing injustice. So what might make those of us in this room tonight jump to our feet and dance were that particular injustice confronted within the course of our lives? The freedom of our very souls may be bound up there, that place. What might make us in this room jump up and dance where that particular injustice we have in mind ended today? Brian Stevenson says that hopelessness is the enemy of justice. Wherever we give up hope, wherever we give up looking for God in our midst, wherever we give up looking for ways to partner with God's Spirit among us, we might just lose out on one more opportunity to dance. Hopelessness is the enemy of justice. So perhaps we ought to take another look whenever and wherever we are tempted to throw up our hands in resignation. So we hold on to hope. Hope in God and hope in each other in this world. Cling to that hope. Bring a tambourine with you as you wander in the desert. God's praises should ring from the mountaintops down through the lowest valleys. Now, admittedly, singing and dancing may not be everyone's strong suit, perhaps especially intense times. So I think it's important for us to recognize, too, that Miriam doesn't make her dancing debut here. At least I find that highly unlikely. For those of you who are decidedly not dancers, for those of you here today who might willingly cut a rug in the privacy of your own home when you are certain all the shades are drawn and you are positive no one will be watching, let alone filming on an iPhone, tell me just how likely you are to jump up and lead the charge in public dancing when it comes to some kind of celebration. I can tell you right now, I will not be the first one to dance down this aisle should a cause for celebration emerge. I don't so much dance as I flail with spirit. It looks a little bit like an overly exuberant flamingo. But even if she was born with music in her soul and her rhythm in each step, something tells me that Miriam still had to practice before she would be ready to lead all of those women in their dancing. Something tells me that Miriam has been dancing for years by this point, learning step by step what it means to embody praise. It takes practice to embody praise. Something tells me she had learned how to praise God through movement and song in smaller, everyday ways before this marker moment of freedom and liberation and soulful celebration. Something tells me she was well rehearsed by this point, allowing her arms and legs to express and amplify the joy of her spirit to the point where she realized it could become contagious. Something tells me that a woman fleeing from enslavement doesn't pack the extra weight of a tambourine to carry with her into the desert unless she believes that instrument to be essential for life. What did that tambourine represent to her and to all the other women who carried theirs with them too? Did it represent her trust in God, her expectation of good things to come despite all the fear of the moment, her willingness to help lead the people into joy in their newfound freedom? What did that tambourine represent? She could have carried extra water, extra shoes, extra bread. But she chose to bring that tambourine, which must have represented something essential to her way of being in the world. Miriam knew that as refugees, as wanderers in the desert, the people would need more than food and housing to keep going. The soul requires more than bread and water to thrive. And Miriam knew that deeply, because praise is a spiritual practice, one which is essential for the roads ahead of us, no matter how difficult those roads may look today. No matter how arid the journey, no matter how long, Miriam went into the unknown, through the parted waters of the sea, into the wilderness, carrying an instrument of praise. Miriam was on the lookout for what God would be up to next. She was on the lookout for that next chance to shout and sing and give thanks. Miriam was on the lookout for the next moment to share her praise with those around her and to get them moving to do the same. Miriam was ready. Are we ready to do the same? As a friend put it this week, we all have tambourines, even if they aren't the kind that we shake. When I was a junior in college, I had the opportunity through a Lilly grant for exploration of vocation to study at seminary for a semester. And during that time, I wanted to explore as many denominations as I could in addition to regular seminary studies. So whenever anyone invited me to worship with them, I would gladly attend. One woman invited me to her regular worship service, which contained, I would guess, around 1,000 or so people on the day we arrived, though the space could clearly hold many more. So we sat together in the center of the sanctuary, about 10 rows or so back from the front, and within a few minutes, we were up out of our seats, singing and clapping. People started to dance down the aisles now and then. And after several songs, my spirit was just soaring, which frankly surprised me a bit at first, given how far this experience was from the, shall we say, quieter worship settings of my upbringing. Eventually, a number so engaging started up that my worship companion reached down into her purse and pulled out a tambourine. Just when I thought my level of joy at that sight could not possibly be amplified, she reached into that Mary Poppins-esque purse and pulled out a second tambourine and handed it to me. I think of this moment when I hear that Miriam encouraged all the women to sing and dance with her. What do you do when someone hands you a tambourine from their purse in the middle of worship? Well, I will tell you, you play it and you dance. You dance with abandon, some might say. You dance with that song in your heart that is crying out to you to make a joyful noise to the Lord, with the recognition that God is inviting you to a different way of praising than you're used to. And even if you may feel a little silly, you're going to give it all you've got in worship that day. Remember, though, how I described what it looks like when I dance. Later that evening, I was back in my apartment scrolling through the cable channels on TV when all of a sudden I realized that on a local cable channel, there is someone sort of dance flailing with a tambourine in her hand that looks remarkably like me. Some of us go into life packing 2 tambourines in a purse just in case. For others of us, it takes some incredibly deep courage to accept the offer and play with joy when someone else hands you the tambourine. Others of us go through life with a different sort of tambourine altogether. Maybe we are ready to praise God today with our gifts for the betterment of the world. This week, I thank God that Nancy Stansbury stood in the pulpit last Sunday morning telling us all about the food pantry's bare shelves and how Emmanuelites could help simply by purchasing $10 food bags at the Giant. By Wednesday of this week, all 300 bags were sold. Every last one. The folks that shared told Nancy that has never happened before. They packed and sold 200 more, and then some. They had to bring an extra truck. We were told it will last our neighbors here in McLean at least a month. Maybe we are ready to praise God with our gifts for the betterment of the world. Maybe we're ready to praise God with the giving of our time, with the work of our hands. I believe we are ready to praise God by welcoming our neighbors here in this space this winter, serving together for a week before Christmas, opening up the meeting house as a hypothermia prevention shelter. I believe we are ready to praise God by striving to welcome each and every guest as though we are welcoming Christ Himself into our midst. And God willing, we will be transformed through the relationships that are built during that week. Or maybe you will choose to praise God by walking into the streets, by showing up with your body against hatred and racist demonstrations like so many of our sisters and brothers did just yesterday in Charlottesville. Maybe we will praise God with our hands and our feet together by getting outside of our comfort zones in service to God in some new to us way, whenever God unsettles us in the face of injustice and racism and hate. How will each one of us embody praise and live out of the sort of praise that we hear in Miriam's song? How will we live out of praise of the God of love as we go throughout every day that God has given us on this earth? Maybe we're ready to praise God simply by learning to give thanks in small ways today, instead of just waiting to host a dance party only for life's highlight events. Maybe we are finally ready to enter into the holy work of giving daily praise as a way of clinging to that lifelong hope that will keep us going. Hope which this world needs. Hope which we need to continue to work toward justice and liberation in this world for each and for all. Maybe today is the day that you will pick up a tambourine like Miriam, or share one with a neighbor in your purse. But somehow, in some way, God is inviting each one of us to respond to what God is up to in this world through the embodiment of praise. God is faithful